the hyperdimensional extraterrestrial reptiloids possess the ability in psi space to utilize their minds to starve the females within the males, and this is done solely because when a male takes a female, for instance, there is a replica of the female that is created within their inner world that must be fed and prevented from starving. How are they starved? They're starved through other men doing sexual things with them, or even starved through being summoned and then left on the outside of their bodies, where other men will then in the astral plane grab and pull them back into themselves, or even connect onto them in a sexual way. They can then enter into the mind of the man through that process. One of the spells that I'm encountering is a spell that encircles me. It has been conducted by a celebrity. In the spell that encircles, it automatically pulls the females on the outside into the physical, like into the outside of me. Instead of them being inside, it forcefully summons or pulls them up, and then they get stuck on the outside. Then I have to use my mind to grab them and then pull them back into me. When I do that, they develop other means and ways to basically steal or grab them or outwit me because they have more energy. So it is a huge energy monopoly on this planet to ensure that whenever the human takes a female, even it happens to hybrids as well, but it definitely happens to the human more because they don't have the energy that they need to basically be able to prevent or protect them as effectively. Because they're not energetically aware. Many are not even hyperdimensional, outside the box in a level where they have a light body and they can explore other dimensions, and they can use their awareness to project their mind-body levels into the astral light body, and then take the light body energy and reflect the things that they see into their wetware. Basically being able to see with your wetware through your light body or through your light body, and then relay information back to your brain. So the thing that I notice here that they do to like just about every female is they starve them. They starve them by ensuring that they starve over and over again. And every time they manifest, they have less inner energy and less outer energy. And this makes it so the female dies inside of you. Basically, a lot of your memories, a lot of the energy that you possessed with them would actually perish as well eventually, would not be resurrected. One of the other things that these snakes like to do is they like to jack into my wetware. Then they like to basically control my energy, the little bit of energy light body that I have, and they like to put out little peace signs. Like, it's real hilarious to basically watch the females die. And then what they like to do is basically try to say that I'm a gay to the females and that I don't want them to live, etc. Another little technique that these assholes like to do is they like to take an image of your penis and they like to jam it in every girl you come in contact with. Or they will jack into you, which is a death. Every time you enter into someone, you basically astrally die as that person. So anyway, there's more to this. I'm just trying to simplify it. The thing is, you can use your mind and imagine entering into the body of another person, like entering into, let's say, the left side of their brain or the right side of their brain, and then project out through their chest. After you enter into their brain, you can imagine going into the brain and then projecting out of their chest or out of their back, and then enter in as them into another person. Because when you do this, you're taking them and entering into someone else. Every time you enter into someone else, then you become basically, let's say, for a lack of a better term, wedded to them. In other words, your soul and spirit biophysical body as well as your wetware becomes entangled, and then a replica of that person is then in your inner world. Now, there is a way also, which this has been done to me as well. Even when I thought about doing this, they basically made me realize that I didn't have enough energy to do this. But you can, if you were in the reality of another person, say for instance someone entered into your body from the astral plane, then there is a replica, a miniature replica of you inside of them. Now if your mind is strong enough, you can enter into the mind of you in the other person's reality, and then you can use the mind of you inside of them, in the miniature you, copy of you, to basically take control of their reality. Like, you can literally take control of their world and make their inner world become your inner world. Every person has their own inner world. So this is something that these people in York, PA love to do. They're not people. They're not fucking humans. They're racist fucking reptoids that despise humanity. They made that very clear to me in YCP when they continuously called me an ape, a fucking monkey, and all these other damn things, continuously. obviously. But, you know, there are reptoids, there are hybrids on this planet. Like, for instance, Kennedy was one of the very few that had actually tried to help humanity. He wanted to break the CIA into 1,000 pieces. He wanted to destroy a certain act that was passed. He wanted to break up the mafia with the connection of the CIA, and also wanted to pass greenbacks in society to basically help, you know, people in general. You know, so this is what we got going on here within York City, a group of people that always want to sit there and tell little lies and fibs to every one of these little, you know, the females that are in my inner world, and they can forcefully make you take more and more and more women when you're not even taking them, you know. Now, that